Good morning. Welcome to the Nosrocker Morning Review. I am Nosrocker, and it is the morning, and we are going to review quickly. There's not a ton, because I am still in training mode right now. I've been continuing to work on this whole hotkey switcheroo with the Queen group and the Inject group, and the tech and upgrades being on the Queen groups, and using multiple armies, and using a scouting hotkey. And it's a lot. It's a fucking lot. It's more than it's probably okay that I'm practicing all of them, but I tried playing a quick ranked game and it immediately all goes out the window. Like, it's really, really hard to actually ingrain these habits. So when it comes to getting back into playing more games, I think I need to pick one thing and just try and get that added into the game. Because doing all of them, it's just like, you can't even... It's a constant interruption to the flow, you know? Like, you start playing, and then you're like, oh, I made a building. Which group do I put that into? I need to put... Okay, that's the spawning pool, so that goes into the same group as the injects, which is G. Okay, this is the Hydra. That's the first one that goes into the other group, which is B. Oh, there's some new queens. Which queen is the inject queen? Which one? Oh, yeah, so this is the one I already had. Like, it's just, everything's fucked, right? So I need to figure out, I guess, turning some of these things into habits is going to be important. Like, maybe when I make it my first queen and I put them in the group, I'll maybe move them just, like, out of the way so that I know, like, the inject queen is always sitting up at the top right corner. And then when a new queen comes and I need to put her somewhere else, she'll be at the bottom. So I know, like, that bottom one is always there. And, like, when I make the buildings, I'll just always remember... The building one is kind of weird because you often, like, send the drone to make it and then you don't go back to it right away. So it's weird to get into the hotkey, but... Anyway, I think it'll all be good. I was reading a little bit today about... On some Reddit posts, there was a guy who was saying that he got to Diamond in 2 months using the Vibe Bronze Jam thing, which is kind of crazy. But I think that my theory is that stuff like this and stuff like the twos that I've been playing and these little breaks to, like, really work on habits that are going to help down the line make up for the amount of time that is being sort of front loaded. That's the whole idea with these habits and these hotkeys, is that they're, like, optimizing for the future. Really, all of this based on the F2 fiasco, which I'm still dealing with, which is getting this habit really ingrained in me early on, and then having to make the change. It's tough. The final point of business is that... How do I say? Okay, so let's start with a little StarCraft metaphor. You're playing your game, you got your kind of build order. In this metaphor, that's making this show and doing the morning thing and getting good real fast, and that's cool. And you know that something's going to come and get in the way, and you don't know what it is, and so you just go ahead, you're plowing forward, and then the thing happens, and you're like, ah, fuck. And the thing is starting to happen now. I recently have gotten my first hint of overtime starting in the workplace. There's already not a lot of time in the day when you have a full-time job and you're trying to play StarCraft. And now there's going to be 2 less hours, probably every weekday, maybe for like 2 or 3 months. Could be more, could be less. Could be Saturdays, I don't know. So this also, I suppose, goes back to the idea of, like, long-term planning. So the next little while is going to be a lot of thinking about how to manage my time in such a way that I do not burn out and I make steady progress with a limited amount of time. I should still be able to just do the morning thing like I've been doing, and then I'll just work until I go to bed, which is, like, might suck. It might suck a little bit, but this will be somewhere we have to think about, sort of think outside the star box here, because I'll need to figure out what keeps me mentally and physically healthy while I am spending all of my time between working and playing this game. What is the most efficient use of, like, 2 hours of playing a day? Yeah, stuff like that. I did experience another, like, standard sort of build thing that fucks me up today, which is a bunch of adepts. They just cause a lot of trouble. So, you know, maybe part of it is like spending some time in my day just reading about builds and counters and stuff. Like I can just take a little 10-minute break at work and watch a video on how to deal with the depths and watch a little video on how to deal with this thing, because I definitely remembered very quickly when playing this one quick rank game that I haven't played ranked in like, I don't know, 3 days. Quickly remembered how much of it is like the intellectual game. Like I'm so focused on the mechanical game, which is obviously very important, but the mechanical game doesn't really save you if you don't understand the situation that you're in. So I think that'll be one of the big things, like adding in a little bit of just research, like academic side of it during the day to help keep improving, and also gives me a little bit of a break at work, which is nice. Maybe between those two, StarCraft keeps improving and work doesn't burn me out. Could be. I think that's about it for now. Tomorrow will be Friday, which is kind of cool. So this weekend, we'll hopefully start remembering how to actually play the game again, pick one habit, and try to really roll it into the standard play, and go from there. I did have a dream. I had a dream of getting to Diamond this season. The season ends September 30th, October 1st, which is in like 2 weeks. I think we can push for that. I do think we can push for that if we don't overwhelm ourselves with new ideas and hyper optimization, and we continue to learn about builds, and we really focus on keeping whatever changes are efficient and effective and not obsessing over the ones that aren't. 2 leagues, 2 weeks, two leagues, 2 tiers of a league. Still gonna be the goal. It would be a nice push to make before work starts to overwhelm my day. So with that, thank you very much for stopping by. Have a fantastic day. See you later.